Okie dokie. Sorry about that. There was some issues getting online. So hello, welcome to Creative Vinyasa Flow. So if you just find a space, roll out your mat and get ready for the class. And yeah, we'll just wait another minute or so. So we're going to be starting from a kneeling position today. We're going to be working up to do some Surinamskara based or flowing based movements. And we're going to do about 3 or 4 rounds of those, adding on different postures and different challenges along the way. Please, at any time that you need to take rest, don't push into pain, don't feel like you have to do anything you don't want to do. So if you just come to a seated position on your mat, and just take a breath. If you can hear some chewing in the background, that is my dog chewing his own foot. So that's good. Okay. And as you come to a seated position, I will meet you on the mat. Okay, so hopefully you have any songs you want playing in the background. It's going to be a kind of chill but also creative kind of flow. So anything that you really vibe with at the moment, maybe a slower, softer pace, but anything that makes you feel the feels, that will be amazing. And as you're sitting on your mat today, I want you to take a really big inhale, filling all of your lungs, holding that breath, feeling as if that breath is filling right to the top of your head as you breathe in. And hold it for just a second, then exhale slowly and deeply. And again, inhaling, filling the sides of the rib cage, the top of the chest, everything expanding, just taking everything in. Holding that for a moment or two, and then exhaling it all out. One more time, big inhale. Holding it there. And exhaling, feeling the shoulders sink, feeling the ground beneath you, just coming home into the body. Keeping that breath deep and strong, maybe closing the eyes, maybe gazing down. And I just want you to listen and feel. Listen to how the breath is quiet or loud, rough or soft. Listen to how the body is feeling, how busy the mind is, without doing anything, without changing anything, just sensing, feeling where you are right now. And although the mind may be busy, just bringing that focus away from the thoughts into the body, into the breath, into this feeling and sensation in your fingertips, in your toes. And this drawing inward is something we're going to use in this class today. So we're going to allow that drawing inward to bring us into our feeling, into our sensation. Listen to how the body wants to move, how the body wants to express itself, and honoring that. If that means taking things easy, that's amazing. If that means doing something crazy, cartwheeling around the room, that's also great. So we're going to work on tuning in to how the body is and expressing that with our movement. It's not a doing. So clear expectations out the way, clear everything out the way, and moment by moment feeling into how the body wants to move. Okay. And we're going to start to move now. Inhale, sweep the hands up, spread the fingers wide, lift the arms, draw the shoulder blades down the back, shoulders into their sockets as the fingers reach up. Inhale again, lifting those shoulders up to the ears. Really stretching as if you're going to lift yourself all the way off the floor. And exhale, bring those hands down, shoulders sink, jaw relaxes. Oh, you should feel a nice stretch as you bring those fingertips towards the floor. And again, inhale, sweep up. Really reaching all the way out, expanding as much as you can. With another inhale, shoulders come up to the ears, draw belly in. And then as you exhale, you're drawing all the way out so you feel that stretch through the shoulders, through the arms, all the way down to the floor. Nice. Inhale, just one hand this time, lifting it all the way up. Shoulder up to the ears, belly button in, becoming aware of that engagement through the side of the body. As we exhale, take the hands away and tilt the head in the opposite direction to the outstretched arm. And find that sweet spot of stretch. Maybe wriggle the fingers there. First chance to get creative. Find a movement that moves you into that stretch, that doesn't shy away from it. Breathe into it. And exhale, release that hand down, come back to center. Inhale, opposite side, reaching that hand up. Again, exhaling here, and then another inhale takes that shoulder up to the ear. And again, exhale, bringing that hand down. And as you bring that hand out to the side, the shoulder and the ear come to meet, head tilting in the opposite direction. Find that sweet spot. Maybe wriggling your fingers, maybe twirling your wrists. Enjoying the slowness here. Just finding your creativity, exploring that sensation. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, both hands up. And we're going to bring one hand up, one hand down, and see if we can begin to get the rib cage involved. See how flowy we can get, maybe adding some little flicks of the wrists at the top, just beginning to warm up the shoulders. Enjoy the slowness. This flow is going to get a little bit more intense, or quite a lot more intense. We might get a little bit hot, we might get a little bit sweaty, so just enjoy just warming all the joints up. Nice. Inhale, stretch the arms out to a T again, in line with the shoulders, and bring the hands together in front of you. Squeeze the fist, draw the hands away from you, and draw the rib cage back. So I'm pushing the hands away, drawing the rib cage back, rolling back, and then see if you can slowly lean backwards. Just see where it'll go. Tuck the chin towards the chest. And then inhale, lift up. So great stretches. And one more time, exhale, back, pushing away. Draw the belly in. And inhale up. Opening the heart and chest, gazing up to the sky, loosening through the neck. And on an exhale, release the hands down, coming into a tabletop position. Knees under hips. Spread those fingers wide and almost like play the piano as you place them down. Really enjoying that sensation of the earth beneath you. Tuck the toes. And we're just going to draw some circles with our chest. So we're going to go all the way up, push through the shoulders, tuck the chin. And then we're going to come down one side, lowering the ribcage down, drawing it up on the other side. So we're creating some circles. It's like a crazy cat-cow. We'll do it this direction as well. So we're coming up. Like a wave through the body. And changing direction when you're ready. Just breathing free for this bit. Keeping that breath deep. Enjoying the breath. But not feeling like you have to conform to any specific breath. Lovely. And then come back to center. Turn the fingers to face one another. And just begin to rock, lifting, you can't see me there, lifting the fingers, or lifting the heels of the hands up and just stretching through the fingers. You can enjoy the swing here, play with it, have fun. Nice, just stretching those fingers out, bringing it to the other side. This time coming up on one side, then the other. Lovely. Keep rocking, having a bit of fun, and then bring the hands back into that tabletop position. Spread the fingers wide, tuck the toes, push the hips up to the sky, and press back to your first downward dog, bending the knees as much as you need to. And we're going to continue those circles this time with the backside. Straightening onto the tiptoes, lifting it as high as you can, then taking it over to one side, scooping it under, and lifting it up. Keep the core engaged. Keep pushing evenly through the hands. And don't worry about how crazy this looks. Just enjoy the movement. Lovely. Very nice. And then when you're ready, finding a little moment of stillness. 3 deep breaths. Inhaling. Exhale, feel the ground. Inhaling. Exhale, release the shoulders. Inhaling. Exhale, relax the heels down. Good. Inhaling, engaging the belly. Drawing the belly button up towards the spine. Roll the body forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, rolling forwards, shoulders stack over, wrists coming onto the tippy toes, hips are high. Exhale back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Keeping that rocking sensation, inhale, take a little step forward. Exhale, back, hips go back. Inhale, opposite foot steps forward. Exhale, back, rolling into that flexibility, having fun with this flowing, waving motion. Really aware of each tiny micro movement. Finally finding your way to the front of the mat. Take an inhale here. And exhale, release the head and shoulders. Hold either elbow. And just let the body hang. Really feel the shoulders drawing out their sockets. Feel the body melting. Breathe into any discomfort. I know it sounds crazy, but just send space there. Let the neck release, let the face release. And inhale, gently roll the body up. Chin is the last thing to lift, then hands begin to follow, raising up to the sky. Exhale, shoulders release down, fingertips reach towards the floor. You're coming to a standing position at the front of your mat. Okay, toes together, heels slightly apart. We're going to begin our flow from this kind of stretched out blank canvas. We're going to begin creating. So we've stretched things out, now we're going to begin to strengthen. So one hand on belly, one hand on heart. And just ask yourself, take a deep breath in. How are you today? And let's see if through our yoga practice, we can begin to answer that question. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. reaching belly towards thighs, top of the head towards the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Half fold, draw the belly in, feel strength through the legs. You can even roll up onto the tiptoes if that feels good, lifting the heels slightly. Exhale, plant the hands strong, pushing through the floor. And step back when you're ready into a plank position, cupping the hips forward, pushing out through the heels, strong in the arms. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor if you need to, or coming down onto your belly for a moment. Inhale, lift, cobra, chest reaches forward, lengthen through the neck, lengthen through the toes. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, draw the ribcage away from the floor, and either push up using the knees or using a press up and roll back to downward dog. Bring the feet hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart, a breath here. And then inhale that right foot to the sky. Stretching, pointing, and then with any creative movement you like, begin to move through the knee, move through the leg, drawing circles, stretching and kicking into places that feel good. Keep breathing, keep strong. And then find that leg back in the center. Big breath in, stretch, push through hands equally. Exhale, engage the core, rolling that knee forward and bringing it down between the hands. Lovely. Straightening that front leg and bending, beginning to move into a lunge and then out again. Use the breath. Maybe lift through the chest slightly as you come forward. Just find that flexibility and movement through the spine. Lovely. When you're ready, coming back into that lunge position, and this time with an inhale, lifting up, front knee stacked over front ankle, pushing back through the back leg. Use an inhale, sweep your hands up and open however you like. I'm coming to a big Y. Maybe you want to do cactus. Maybe you're feeling like doing some punches in the air today. Just find what feels good for you. One more big inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down. Stepping that foot back into a plank. Lowering down your way, coming through your vinyasa. Lifting up to an up dog or a cobra. And rolling through to a down dog. Inhale, lifting that left leg. Pushing through the shoulders, drawing the ribcage slightly towards the ceiling, belly in. You're feeling strong. And then take a moment, a breath here, and move your leg however you want to. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of a rest, you can always bring that knee down and do this in tabletop. That is totally fine. And again, maybe you're feeling like needing some energy to be shifted. You're moving, you're kicking, maybe you're flowing, drawing circles, slowly moving. Breathe into what you feel like today. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, inhaling here. Exhale, curl that knee in, bring it between the arms, and stepping into that lunge position again. Again, we're going to straighten the front leg and bring it through, moving into the hamstrings, finding a way to enjoy this movement. Lovely. And then when you're ready, again, shifting forward, finding that grounding, pushing through the front leg, stretching through the back leg, and lifting up. Using an inhale to position the hands however you like. Maybe you're cactus, maybe you're straight up, maybe you're doing some disco punching. Whatever your body feels like doing today, please do it. Don't worry, no one's watching you, it's home yoga. And again, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. Take a really big inhale. And with an exhale, coming back down into your lunge, stepping back to your plank position, strong in the core, stretching through the top of your head and through your heels. Got that long line. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, up dog or cobra. Exhale, roll back, down dog. Spending a moment here, checking in, maybe closing the eyes. How did that feel? Okay, and then options here to come forward. Maybe you want to walk super slowly. Maybe you want to take an elephant walk, bring the legs up to the side. Maybe you want to do little bunny hops, finding your way to the front of the mat, breaking out of your usual habits as you come forward. Exhale here, together at the front of the mat, forward fold, and then with an inhale, roll up. Let the hands begin to lift. Feel like it's your breath lifting those hands to the sky. And exhale, release. Inhale, sweeping straight into the flow again. This time adding on a few postures. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, half fold. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lifting those heels, maybe shifting the weight into the hands. Hop, step, jump your way back into your plank. Hold it here, feel strong, press through the ground, lift through the rib cage. And exhale, lower down your wing. Inhale, lift, cobra or up dog. Maybe you feel like a little swing today if that's good in your low back. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll all the way up, drawing the belly button, down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. This time we're going to bend the knee, bring it over. Maybe lifting some weight out of that right hand. Maybe even balancing on two hands. Whoa! Maybe not. Finding that challenge, exploring where you are with that challenge today. So fingertips of right hand, maybe sweeping that hand around, challenging yourself. It's super hard, don't worry. And with an exhale, bringing it back, three-legged dog, right leg in the air. Inhale here, big stretch. Exhale, draw that knee forward. Chin and knee kiss. And then stepping it down. This time rolling through your front leg. So you're lifting the toes of your foot off the floor. You're straightening your front leg and then bending it. And maybe you lift your toes off the floor, and then as you roll forward, you lift your ankle off the floor. So you're getting full movement through the feet as well. And then when you're ready, coming back into that lovely lunge, using an inhale to lift up. And this time, exhale, hands come behind the head. Maybe palms meet. Maybe you're cupping the head. Maybe you're holding the elbows. Just finding something that feels good for you. Wherever you are, expand outwards through the chest. Breathe into the areas that feel tight. With an inhale, I want you now to release the hands and lift them up to the sky. Exhale, take the left hand forward, right hand back, twisting. Bend into that front knee, stretch out through that back leg, lift up in the core. Strong through the arms. Okay, with an inhale, lift that front hand. And an exhale, cartwheel it all the way down. Stepping back, lowering down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Same thing, other side. Maybe you do something different. Maybe it feels different. Inhale, lift through that left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. And see if you can really, again, move into that knee. Maybe you begin to shift the weight, pushing through the arm and the leg that are grounded and lifting the left fingertips off the floor. Maybe the hand comes off completely. Maybe you swing it, maybe you fall. This is giving you a chance to fail. Yay. Okay. And when you've had a go, challenging yourself, holding the gaze if you can, pushing through both those rounded legs. With an exhale, press that hand onto the floor, really feel that connection, and come back. Equal weight in the hands now as you bring that left knee in and through to a lunge. Again, straightening and rocking through that front foot. So maybe I'm coming onto the heel and then the toe. It's feeling really good. Don't worry if you can't straighten all the way. Just do what you can do. Okay, and when you're ready, finding a grounded lunge, use an inhale, draw the belly button in, sweep up. And again, with an exhale, finding the hands behind the head. Maybe they're holding the neck, maybe they're reaching up and back, maybe the palms are together. Just explore that sensation. Keep bending into that front knee. Keep that breath long and strong. With an inhale, lift both hands up. With an exhale, come to a twist. Reaching the right hand forward, left hand back. Press through that back heel, bend a little more into that front knee. One more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Press the ground away, engage, step back. Lower down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Take a breather here. Maybe you want to bring your knees down for child's pose. 3 deep breaths, feeling into the body. Releasing anything you think you should or shouldn't be feeling and just inquiring. How is everything going in me today? And rather than answering with judgment, good or bad, see if you can answer with an observation. Today, my shoulders feel strong. Today, I feel uneven in my body. Today, my left toe feels discomfort. Today, my low back feels spacious. Just see if you can find a way of describing without labeling and judging. And then when you're ready, coming to the front of your mat, again, you have options. Skipping maybe, bunny hopping, slowly walking. Find what expresses you most today and find your way to the front of the mat. With a really big exhale, forward folding there. And with a luxurious inhale, rolling up. Sweeping the hands to the sky. And exhale, releasing. One more of these flows. A little more playtime. And then relaxation. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, place the hands down. Slowly pivot the weight into the hands. Lift the heels, maybe lift the feet. And step back into your plank. Finding that plank, draw the legs together. See how much power and energy you can get in this posture. And then with an exhale, bring it down, elbows tight into the sides. Inhale, lifting the chest up and through. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward dog. Grounding in your downward dog. Piano playing with the fingers and the toes, just really feeling the connection to the ground with an exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. This time we're gently going to shift our weight forward, stacking left wrist and left shoulder. Beginning to shift and pivot on our left foot as we bring the foot behind us. Coming into an adapted wild thing. If you would like to, you can push the hips all the way up, open the body out for wild thing, or you can stay low, just balancing the weight between the leg and the hands. Maybe you move, inhaling, lifting and opening. Exhaling, bringing it down, bum to the floor. Inhaling, pushing through that grounded right foot, lifting and opening. Exhaling, bringing it down to the floor. Your option, final time, inhale, lift. And then with an exhale, bringing it over to your three-legged dog. Breathing an inhale here, stretching out. And an exhale, rolling that foot through, feeling the core nice and strong as you step it forward into your lunge. Backwards and forwards, maybe this time, finding some air time, rolling weight into the front foot. Just an option for you to play with. See what feels good. Maybe the hands come all the way out to the side. Woo! Maybe you're risking it. Maybe you're finding real joy in lifting up on one leg. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe this is hard. When you're ready, whatever's happened, find your way back to the ground, finding yourself in that lunge. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhaling, grounding into the feet. Inhale, lift those hands towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. Inhale, left hand lifts towards the sky. Listen carefully, exhale gently. Left hand finds the floor beside the right foot. So you're coming into a twist, chest towards the knee, breathing here. Option here, push weight into that left arm, lift right foot off the floor, and come into a side plank. Option to stay where you are. Breathe deep. If you're in your side plank, keep the hips high for 5, 4, draw the belly button in wherever you are, 3, 2, 1. Those of us in side plank, inhale, lift that leg, sweep it forward into the lunge. And then everyone together, exhale, both hands inside the right foot, back knee down. Coming into our lizard lunge, maybe the forearms come down to the floor. Maybe you find some rocking. Maybe not. Lovely. When you're ready, walking your way back up. Seeing if from here you can lift up, push through the hands and step that foot back. Realigning the hands under the shoulders. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, up dog. Exhale, roll back, down dog. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale, bending the knee. Shifting weight, right shoulder over right wrist. Bringing it all the way over. Keeping the hips low if you want an adapted wild thing. Or lifting them all the way up and over. Or maybe shifting between the two. Drawing an arc with your arms. I like to keep my chin towards the chest as I come down and lift it very slightly as I come up. Nice, wherever you are, coming back to your three-legged dog, lifting that left leg in the air and then sweeping it through to your lunge. Again, option here to just straighten and bend, or maybe you get some air time. Play with pushing your weight forward and coming into A one-legged balance. Woo! If you feel like really opening up, that's amazing. If you feel like staying low, that's also great. Okay, and then when you're ready, everyone together grounding into your lunge. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, really ground through the feet. Feel strong in the legs. With an inhale, stretch those hands out. Exhale, twisting towards the bent knee. Left hand forward, right hand back. No? Yes. No. Right hand forward, left hand back. When you're ready, inhale, lift that right hand. Exhale, bring that right hand down beside the left foot, reaching into a twisted pose. Draw the ribcage down and in towards the pelvis. Bend a little further into that knee. Option here again to press into the grounded hand and gently come into a side plank. Hips stay high, core stay strong. 5, 4, chin tucked slightly in. 3, 2, 1. Those of us in plank, lift that leg, step it forward. Inhale, sweeping up to your lunge. Exhale, bring it down, lizard's pose. Both hands inside the left leg. Maybe forearms are on the floor, maybe not. Lovely. And then when you're ready, coming up onto the hands, grounding the back, lifting the back knee, pushing through the ground and seeing if you can just step back into your plank. Exhale, lower down all the way onto the belly. Point the toes, bring the chin towards the floor. Take an exhale, let your whole body sink into the ground. And then inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, slowly let your body deflate and sink down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, down. Inhale, legs and chest lift. Hands maybe hover for 5, 4, 3. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen the neck. 2, 1. Exhale, hands under shoulders. Tuck toes. Push up and back to your downward dog. And then slowly roll the shoulders forward. Bring the knees to the ground. And sit back. Okay. For the next part of the class, it's creative playtime. So I'm going to show you a few possible moves that you could do, but I want you to play with what feels good in your body today. So maybe you just lie on the floor, or maybe you come and do some arm balances with me, or maybe you dance around the room. It's up to you. So the suggestion I have after all those lizard lunges is to try an arm balance. So I'll show you the basis of it, and then we can get going with some practice. So while you're here, just watching on the screen, be aware of your posture, lift and lengthen through the spine, open through the chest, draw in the core. And I want you to see if you can squeeze and lift your pelvic floor. If you don't know what that means, imagine you're trying to stop yourself going to pee, and then relaxing slightly. Don't pee, just imagine. Okay, so we're gonna look at that lizard lunge posture again, but coming into it from downward dog. So taking one of the feet and stepping it around the outside of both of the hands. And then seeing if you can shrug the shoulder underneath that leg and just rock that hip mobility. If that feels really good, then take those hands into a slightly smaller stance. Bend that shoulder under and stretch that leg forward. See if you can lift through the chest, bend the elbows to 90 degrees and balance. Okay, so I'll take you through it on the other side. I'll come a little bit closer. So from your downward dog, stepping your foot around the side, bending, 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 taking the shoulder underneath. I like to loop one hand round, but you don't have to. Lifting the weight forward, sending the hips forward, beginning to sit on that arm, stretching the foot out, lifting the back foot. Awesome. You can also try anything else you want to in this time. So you're going to have a few minutes. I'm going to be demonstrating those two once more, each side, and maybe some funky transitions, which maybe you don't try at home. Okay. So the next 2 minutes are yours. Remember to try both sides. And once you've finished, bring yourself down back onto your knees. So bringing yourself down, sitting at the back of the mat, just letting the body settle, letting the heart rate slow. And then we're going to stretch out those hands. So roll forward into a kind of child's pose position, but then keep creeping the hands forward until your hips are on top of your knees. And then exhale the heart down. Forehead to the floor, 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, press into the fingertips, lift up. Got a nice arch shape here. And thread one hand underneath the other, bringing yourself to lie on that arm. So my hand is facing the camera screen and the other ones are reaching in front of me. So I've taken that arm all the way under and across the body. Melting that weight into the floor. Inhale, press into that rounded hand, lift up. Exhale, opposite hand threads underneath and across the body, bringing yourself down onto the ground. Pressing into that grounded hand, lifting up, walking those hands gently back into a kneeling position, and then bringing the hands either side of you. We're going to do a tiny bit of core work, and then we're going to relax, lean forward, scoop and press into the ground, draw up and hook in the core, pressing away so your knees lift, but don't press through the feet. See if you can lift the toes, maybe you can, maybe you can't, making your way into a seated position. And I want you to do that a few times. So we'll come back once more, maybe. Leaning forward, pressing the ground away. This time, see if you can hold it for 1, 2, 3, 45 breaths, however long feels like it's something that's going to challenge you Forward, leaning forward, pressing the ground away, maybe taking the heels up, maybe not, maybe walking the feet, rolling through. Stretching the legs out in front of you now, coming into a seated position. And we're going to have some creativity here as well. So we're going to walk the hands forward and around. I want you to just reach for places, maybe rolling through the body, leaning forward. If you're really tight in the hamstrings and you'll find yourself rolling backwards, just bend the knees. And again, you can reach, crawl the hands one direction, then the other. Maybe fan the hands over. Just finding some movement. The main movement here, I want to be a forward fold, but moving out of it and into it however you like. Maybe pointing and flexing the toes. And then finding your way to stillness. Back in that seated upright position. Draw the core back. Reach the hands forward towards the toes. And then super, super slowly lower yourself down. Let the heels lift, coming into a dish for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale the body down onto the ground. I'm going to let you have a moment here. And then with a real deep exhale, ground the shoulders. Nice. Let the neck and head release. And when you're ready, inhale, one last movement on each leg. Draw the knee into the chest, doesn't matter which one. See how close you can draw it into the chest. Let your hands and the rest of your body stay heavy on the ground. Bring it out to the side, all the way around as if you're drawing a D, and then take it into a spinal twist. So we'll do that one more time for you. That knee comes in towards the chest, out to the side of the body, and then crosses over the body in a big circle to the other side. And you can keep doing that movement, or you can rest in your spinal twist. Just letting the body really relax. Tuning back into the breath, tuning into the body, how it's feeling now. Without having to label, without having to judge, just experiencing. Maybe you feel energetic. Maybe there's a sense of coming home as you lie on the mat. Coming back to center, resting that leg on the ground, swapping over, drawing the opposite knee up into the chest, taking it out to the side in a big D and all the way over. Again, I'll demonstrate that one more time. Bringing that knee into the chest, letting the rest of the body be floppy and still, drawing a big D, and then taking it all the way over. Again, resting in that spinal twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release everything down to the ground. Maybe take a moment with your knees in, rocking your low back on the floor. And then relax into your Shavasana. Feet spread to the edges of the mat, hands down by the sides. Tucking your shoulders underneath the body, letting your neck feel long. Take a really deep inhale. And then as you exhale, release your jaw, release your face, let your hands and feet feel heavy, everything drops back and settles into the mat. Again, letting things settle. Maybe your mind is quiet, maybe it's busy. Just sinking back away from that busyness, that chatter of the mind. Really feel like your whole body is sinking back away from that movement, that doing, that chattering. Just observe, just watch how the body's feeling. How each exhale lifts and rises through the chest. And how each exhale grounds the body down, feeling soft, feeling gentle, feeling calm. Like soft waves lapping on a shore, the body rises, the body falls with the breath. Completely natural. You are safe to just watch and enjoy. As the breath waves across the body. Okay. And whenever you're ready now, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can stay here if you like, pause the video, fall asleep. Or with me, very gently, breathing some awareness back into the body, wriggling the fingers and toes, rolling the head from side to side. Stretching in any way that feels good for you. Gently rolling onto one side of the body. Resting there for a moment. Before finding your way back up to a seated position. And from that seated position, put one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. And with your eyes closed, out loud or in your head, you can say, "My body is art. I am creative." Or any other little mantra that makes you feel amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Please check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Please send me a donation by PayPal. PayPal links will be under the video if you would like to. Thank you.